What's going on? What's going on? We back again. Operation Dart, video number 23. Coming back at you sooner than I expected, but I come up with a pretty good idea as to how I wanted to do my trunk compartment. And so I started putting it into effect. I started with some cardboard and cutting out some templates. And from what I'm coming up with, I think it's a pretty good idea. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to enclose my trunk area. And I'm going to give you a peek as to what I've got going on here. I'm going to enclose the trunk area in this way. As you can see, these walls, they will be covering all the inside of the fender. So I will just have this small trunk area that you see. Of course, you know, my fuel cell goes here. I didn't get a chance to show anybody how I did this, but now you can see how the fuel cell area looked without the fuel cell sitting here. Okay, so getting back to my walls, this is what I'll be doing. I will be cutting these out of 32,000 of an inch sheet aluminum, and I will then be drilling holes in this metal that goes along here, this channel. Upon drilling those holes, I will then tap those holes, and I will be using some button head screws to mount this along this channel. Not only that, I'll be using some angle metal, welding it to the base of the trunk, then drilling holes in it. They will be behind this, drilling holes in it, and then screwing screws in the bottom as well. These panels, they will be covered with the same material that I used in the back seating area. So it will have that same look. It will flow from the inside right back into the trunk. I will finish off by painting it and also doing my bars the same as I did the bars on the inside. I'll be using the hammered silver to do my bars back here in the back. Some may wonder, well, what about his battery box? He's going to cover that up? I will be enclosing that as well, but it's not going to be a permanent enclosure. I will also have fasteners on that part, this back area, when I close this in. But I will be able to remove the panel so that I can have access to my battery if I need to get to it. So I won't be closing that off permanently, such as the walls, but they're not actually permanently closed off either, because I will be screwing them on so that I can remove them the same way that I did my door panels. When I did my door panels, I did them the same way. I put screws in them. I tapped them so that if I have to take these panels off, I'll be able to take them off to get to either the door handle actuator or the window crank actuator. So I took that into consideration. Most people, a lot of people, they will pop rivet these aluminum panels on as though they'll never have to take them off. And some people don't, because they use Lexan glass, so they don't have to worry about windows. But being a street car, I may have to get back to those actuators at some point in time, so I'm not going to permanently close those off with pop rivets to where I would have to drill the pop rivets out and then have to re-pop rivet them. I'm not going to do that. I'll just take an Allen wrench if I need to get behind them, take the screws out, take the aluminum panels off, and do what I have to do from that perspective. I also talked with you guys about my master cylinder and proportioning valve. I did get that taken care of as well. I took a bracket I made a bracket here that holds on the proportioning valve. I used some pre-existing bolts. There's 4 bolts here on the brake assembly, and they come through the firewall, so I was able to use those pre-existing bolts to mount the proportioning valve to those bolts. The master cylinder has its own individual bolts, which are the only 2 on the sides of it. I wanted to get the proportioning valve as close as possible, so when I do run my lines, I only have to go from here to here. And the one on the back side, it will then go down to the brake lines coming from the back. So that's how I did my proportioning valve with my master cylinder. So that was something else that I talked with viewers about doing. A little while ago, I got off work and FedEx truck showed up right on schedule. Of course, I've been tracking that package. So I end up getting some goodies that I ordered last Saturday. Got some competition engineering 3-way adjustable shocks. Now the shock that you see on this box, this is for the front, but I already had shocks on the front, a set of AFCOs with some coilovers. So these shocks actually are for the rear. I already put them on, so I'll give you a sneak peek as to how they looked, or how they look. Just a little something else to add to it. And they really did stiffen it up, because when I first had it sitting down after I did the rear end, it was just sitting on the monoleaf, and it was pretty bouncy. But now there's no give in it. It's just as firm as I like it to be, with some 3-way adjustables. I think I got it on the firmest setting, if not the second to the firmest setting, because I want it to be a pretty firm ride. Battery box, you probably saw it as it was down inside. That was something else that I took care of. Got that in. Put a couple beads along the front, a couple beads along the side. Got that taken care of. So the battery, the trunk it's coming right along. It's coming right along. I'm going to try to get it completed, and upon the completion of it, I'll come back and I'll show everybody what I got going on here. But we're going to try to get this thing taken care of and come back at you and show you what the outcome looks like. As you can see in this video, as with the last video, the recording is a little bit better. I was recording standing the phone up long ways instead of sideways to get a full view, so I'll be giving some better video from this point forward. So on that note, I'm going to leave you at that. Operation Dart video number 23 will be coming back at you, showing you how things turn out, and hopefully it'll be worth showing. All right, with that being said, Operation Dart video number 23. Peace out.